family. Welcome to the Devil's Advocate with Ace Anderson and Akron Watson, where we're making the best case for the guiltiest pleasure.
Get the fuck out of here.
Guess what she said?
Wow.
She wanted to be abstinent.
Damn.
Yeah, and we already together.
I think that's a
Man,
sign,
ask
nigga.
anybody. There are no benefits to abstinence.
Yo, what's goody, family? Welcome to the Devil's Advocate with Ace Anderson and Akron Watson, where we're making the best case for the guiltiest pleasure.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what she
These
said.
motherfuckers.
Wow. She wanted to be abstinent.
Damn.
And we all ready to go.
I think that's a
Man,
sign,
ask
nigga.
anybody. There are no benefits to abstinence.
Okay. Being black can mean so much, especially when it comes to America's history and America's future. It is people of African descent descending upon the White House. It is people of the African diaspora in all shades and all sexual orientations. It is incomparably embedded in color and culture and unequivocally drenched in racism. It is a once powerful nation stolen to become slaves to the construction of yet another powerful nation. We who claim our blackness as our royal birthright have fought and are fighting for something every single day of our lives. But what is that something? What are we truly fighting for? Trump is out, Biden and Kamala are in, And now, what do we want?
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan for our future?
Mm-hmm.
Today, on
That's
the
what we
first day
asking.
of Black History Month
Mm.
in 2021,
2021.
the question is, how long until Black Future Month?
I think that starts today, man.
How-
That starts today. I don't even got my watch on. I need to go
Pull
grab
my stuff
my watch, son.
How long until Black Future Month?
I think it starts today, bro.
That's the topic.
Black Future Month. We celebrating Black Future Month. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are here with the Sick Brothers, Ace Anderson, Akron Watson, and we here talking about Black Future Month. Yes, the devil's advocate, making the best case for the guiltiest pleasures. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to talk about this, yo, because, like, you know, talking about Black Future Month on the first day of Black History Month, it's a great way to talk about reorientation, you know, and like heading in a new direction. Because I feel like us as a people have been so deeply tormented by the past, but so much so that we haven't learned how to look towards the future, right? Like we stopped because we're so torn up by what happened yesterday that we're getting wallowed and walloped by tomorrow. You know, like we don't even see tomorrow coming. And I think that one advantage that non-Black people have is that they don't have this weight, this burden, you know, that this burden of a past. You know what I mean? And so it's really nice on Black History Month to recognize, like, wait, for the last 300 years, my ancestors have been fighting vigorously. Like they survived that shit enough that I'm here. And now it's on me to do what they were doing, continue looking towards the future, because they did it. The only reason why they were able to achieve you know, accomplish me was by looking towards the future.
Well, yeah, we got set back. We got set back. We were set back, and I really think what we're experiencing right now is new experiences. Like we're seeing Lena Waithe now for the first time. You know, we're seeing Issa Rae right now for the first time. You know, we didn't have that, and like other races have experienced, a race in particular has already experienced certain things, and so we're just now starting to experience the presidency, the vice presidency, right. You know, so in a sense, we don't have a lot of like wisdom in certain areas, and so we're kind of fumbling our way through. And so, of course, you know, I feel
but we're doing it at an alarming rate, man. We're doing it like it's crazy.
That's why I think it's Black Future Month too. Is because now we can see it. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for the internet.
Yes.
Remember life before the internet? Think about how many people you are connected to now because you're connected to me now. Thank God for it. It's okay. You know, it don't have to be your God, but thank God for it. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Listen, I got a question. We're going to jump right in.
Okay.
Is the vaccine in your Black future? If you Black.
Is the vaccine in your Black future? Go ahead and comment if the vaccine is in your Black future. We're going to see these comments rolling in.
Is it in your future?
Well, what about you? Is it in your future? What?
I was at 8 months.
8 months? You going to give it 8 months?
I'm going to give it 8 months because I've been good. Listen, I was at the epicenter of it. I was in New York, in Harlem, 119.
Are you?
I was right there, and the girl that I was dating at the time had just flew in from China. So that was my situation on March 7th of 2020. So if I survived all that COVID free, I just got a COVID test. I should just post it. I'm not gonna do it. But I should just put it. You should just pop it up on the screen now. But I look good, man. You got me looking good, man.
This nigga over
Man, shout out to De Niro, the difference, man. De Niro, Van Gogh.
Yes,
my homie. I hope that you're watching this, man, because you got me right here, baby. Come on. I asked for two. I thought it was gonna look like Michael Irvin, but this like some space age Michael Irvin stuff right there. And then Jacques Marie Mage made these, and this is my dad's ring. Oh, shout out to my dad. Let me shoot pop. Right. Yes, but
feeling good?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling, boy. I'm in Dallas, y'all. Come on, man.
D-Town.
I'm here, man.
Yeah, man. We finally making it, bruh. All right.
I like that shirt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. I got this off Amazon, actually. You know what I'm saying? I got this off Amazon. See, that's the difference between Akron and I, yo. I got like this nigga went through a whole catalog of his shit.
Wait, we gonna get to it though. We gonna get to it, man. Come on, I wanna talk about it. So you know how we split our show up, guys. We split our show up into Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
I thought it was frozen for a second. Y'all know what that means, right?
Y'all know what that means. You just heard the sound. So it's time. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the flavor of the week. Y'all, it's time for the flavor of the week.
I did. I'm like frozen.
Yo, it's the flavor of the week. It's the flavor of the week. Man, that girl is bad. Flavor of the week, baby.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, as you are very well aware, oh snap, look, I hit the button too many times. It's now going through everything. See, this is patience. Patience is a virtue, ladies and gentlemen. We're learning this right now. All right, we're back.
I feel really goofy, man. I feel really goofy. Shout out to the guy who sold me that weed. Listen, I live in LA, man. It's legal there. Thank you. So, but what? Let's just move on. So,
it's the flavor of the week. We back with the flavor of the week. Oh man, this is what happens when you don't have a producer. It's just like, you know, just two niggas.
Are we good? Turn me down a little.
Right. We can pretend that we. All right, flavor of the week. Ack, who you got? Who you got for us?
So, if you recognize the title of tonight's show, or like, is it a title? Is it a question? Is it something that we should just be putting in our soul? How long till Black Future Month? It is the title of a book. I picked it up at the airport the same way Lin-Manuel picked up a book about Hamilton. So who knows what I'll do with this? No, seriously though, my flavor of the week is the author of that book that I picked up in the airport on my way to Chicago from Atlanta. Her name is N.K. Jemisin. Can you just pop her up, man?
Yeah.
I just want to see her now. Her born name is Nora Keita Jemisin. She is a science fiction writer. Yeah, I just want y'all to like check her out because this is the future of science fiction as far as Black people are concerned. And she's like gorgeous, 48 years old, kind of like auntie-ish, but like, y'all checking me out? I picked up How Long Till Black Future Month right here in the middle. But all of these great books are out by this beautiful Black woman, and she's won some amazing awards. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's got locks, not dreadlocks now. Don't let them fool you and think that they're into.
So what's the difference? What's the difference between dreadlocks and?
Well,
Not
they were
dreadlocks.
just locks, and then white people dreaded them, and so they called them the dreaded locks, and we took it and we ran with it the way niggas do. But we don't have to call it that if we don't
Lean
want
in
to.
so that people can see you. There you go.
Check her out right here. This is her winning the Hugo Award, which is the most prestigious science fiction award you can win. That's a quote from Wikipedia. I looked all this stuff up because I was fascinated by her book. Which
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, you
awesome.
can imagine what it's about. It's about like Black Paradise, which is achievable. By the way, it's achievable through love. Love is love is love is love, like Lynn said. I want to wear a shirt that say like Lynn said. He is kind of profound though, man. He's a good writer too. But NK is my flavor of the week.
Nice, bro.
And I go with her, obviously. But yeah, no, I was checking out her book, man. So
No, that's dope, man. How did you come across the book?
I'm into science fiction, bro. I was looking for a graphic novel coming through the airport on my way to Chicago, and they didn't have any graphic novels, but the science fiction section was right there, and there was this black girl with this gorgeous hair on the side of this book. She was like 6, and I was like, yeah, there's my little cousin calling me to this book. And so I left over there, grabbed it, read the back of it, and it was like, oh, in the future, blah blah. As soon as I think I saw the word dystopian, and I was put it in my bag. I paid for it and read most of it on the way to Chicago. Usually I would fall asleep on the flight. I was 4 chapters in by the time I got there and was thinking about movie ideas. And no, I don't think anyone has done her work. I would like to be the first. If you
Let's do it.
Join in. See, this is really what tonight is about. It's about let's create some futures for some blacks. So yeah, check her out, and then let's produce some of her stuff, guys. All you actors who are listening, who are looking for something to produce, check out her work.
N.K. Jemisin.
I just want to say real quick that we're looking for black futurists. If you think you are a black futurist, if you think you can push the culture forward, if you think you know what's next.
Yo, I got this book for Christmas, man. Black Futures, which my sister-in-law got it for me. It's an archive of collective memory and exuberant testimony, a luminous map to navigate an opaque and disorienting present, an infinite geography of possible futures. It's dope. So past, present, and future all in one. Like, I love that. And you know how I am all about, past, present, future. Got to see the whole picture. But it's basically an archive of poetry and articles and all sorts of just stuff, man. This was really cool, and I thought it was, it's perfect for celebrating the first day of Black Future Month. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, sister-in-law. I'm excited to dive deeper into it. But my flavor of the week, why don't you go ahead and pull her up? My flavor of the week is the great, the awesome, the talented Issa Rae. I've been super, super impressed by what I've seen. I've been watching her. I've been watching her masterclass. She has a masterclass. Yo, first of all, y'all, if y'all don't got masterclass, you are missing out, man. Like, you really should get yourself a subscription. It's worth every penny. Like, you got celebrities teaching you the secrets of the game. If you really want to know how to play the game, they're telling you all their secrets of how they became successful. You got Timbaland on it. You got Samuel Jackson. You got Natalie Portman. You got Aaron Sorkin. You got Stephen Martin. Yo, teaching comedy is like anything you want. Gordon Ramsay is on there teaching cooking. I mean, like, yo, it's get yourself a masterclass subscription. Anyway, I was watching Issa Rae on there, and I fell in love with her story and watching how successful she became just by being consistent, creating her little short films and putting them on YouTube, man, and just being consistent about that. She started with I forgot what the first one was titled, but the second one was awkward black girl, and watching that was, I mean, just like she literally just stayed consistent, and that kind of turned it into something. Yo, you gonna pull her up, bro? Like, it's like I'm like, wait for him.
I'm texting. People are watching this, man. I'm so happy y'all watching, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, yo. Here we go. So this is Issa Rae. I'm sure y'all know she's on Insecure, and Insecure is basically a bigger budget Diary of an Awkward Black Girl. And oh look, we got you got another follow from this Issa. So you could say the Devil's Advocate is a supporter of Issa Rae. Hey boo.
So
yeah, man. She's cool. I saw her in a coffee shop in LA, and
oh my gosh.
and I wanted to say something, but G was like, she was really just like not about talking to celebrities if they're bothering celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Look at her neck.
Yeah, chocolate. Chocolate. I want some of your brown sugar.
Ooh, y'all.
Sugar.
Now let's just stop right there for a second and look at that perfection just before we let her go.
Yeah.
Before we let her go, y'all. Oh my gosh.
We need to have a
But here's why I think she fits in this month so well, bro. Because she just showed y'all how to have a future in television. She literally just showed y'all. Like,
yeah.
We gotta give it up to her. Give her flowers right now.
You gotta lean in, bro. Because you can't. It's the other way.
Give her flowers right now, y'all. Because, like, she just showed us that, like, jump on HBO with a 30-minute show and get your dough. Let me rap to myself in the mirror some stuff that I would do at home. I mean, she just was herself, y'all.
Yeah.
She was herself and did what she wanted to do for 30 minutes on HBO for 5 seasons.
Making it.
I don't have no excuse no more.
Yeah.
Like, now I don't have no excuse now that I know that exists.
Now that's why we doing this. You see us producing our shit, man. You see us coming out with content on a regular basis.
Thank you, Issa.
Thank you, Issa. And then giving us the blueprint on Masterclass. Come on, son. Come on, Issa. Yeah. Come on, Issa. Looking out for the sick brothers. You know what I'm saying?
And you cute. And if, we could.
Right, because on the Devil's Advocate, we make the best case for the guiltiest pleasures, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that is my flavor of the week. The great Issa Rae, y'all, man, it's wonderful, man. She's wonderful. She's something to marvel at. But we're back.
Okay.
Let's get into some of these questions.
Yes,
bro.
Let's get into them, man. Let's get into them. So y'all know we break our show up, as I was saying before I got interrupted by flavor the fleet. Sex, art, and spirituality, right? There's 3 sections. This is the first section. It's about sex, right? Because Devil's Advocate.
That's what we taught. It's taboo conversations.
We got to get into it. So, when I was thinking about sex and like the black future, what came up in my mind? One of my friends. It was in the summertime, and there was a black girl in a gas station that got beat up by some guys because she was trans. And it was because of her sexuality, because she was flirting with the guy and the guy got mad or something. He was confused or something and punched her. And then his friends got involved just because. And so I want to know, what's the plan for protecting Black trans people? What's the plan?
What does protecting Black trans people look like in your life? Because you start from an individual place. You know, that's the best way to hit critical mass. You say, what's a problem that I see?
Yeah.
You know, and how have I fixed that, or how have I been the solution? And how can I be the solution on a larger scale?
I think this is definitely a part of it. It's just like me wanting to bring it up, you know, right now, just like presently that's on my mind. And then because I have friends and like people that I love, you know what I mean? It's just like I want people to act in love at all times. That's what I'm doing, you know what I mean? And I protect my family. If anybody ever don't think that you can ever bring up some stupid shit about trans people around me. Y'all don't let the acting shit fool you, for real. Like, nah, for real. Seriously, like, it's certain shit I will punch you about. My G. Homie.
Try Jesus.
Stuff like that or whatever. But like, yeah. And so I just think that it deserves to be talked about, and people need to check themselves about it. You know, people are making decisions about their sexuality, and the other people are judging them so hard that, you know, don't wish them to go away. Don't wish them to go to an island, because this is the island. This is it. You live on it. So share it with people. Be loving, be kind, because they're not monsters. Don't demonize them the way white people demonize us, because they have chosen a certain way of sexuality. You know, don't demonize them, because especially being from Texas, I talk to people who flat out just don't like trans people just because they trans, and I don't understand it. I think you should check yourself about it.
Try Jesus. Don't try me.
I think you should check yourself about that, for real. Love on people, and then you can expect love in return. Don't expect love from people and then treat people like that. Don't judge people like that. Love on people. So that's my plan. That's how I'm gonna go forward with it, and I'm bringing it up in conversation. Let you know, let anybody know that I think we all should act in love and in every function. Police need to do it. Straight men especially need to do it. Yeah, check yourself, bro. You know, punch somebody. Check yourself, homie. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that was my question. Next question was mixed race couples.
Yeah, mixed race couples. How do we? What do they bring into the conversation? Like, you know, like, because it's literally a gray area, because they, you know what I mean? Like, there's people that feel like it should all be, you should be with one, you know, stick to your own kind, stick to your own people. And then there's Black people that are are pro the movement, but feel like they are alienated because they have chosen a partner who happens to be of a different skin tone. So where do they fit into the conversation when you start talking about Black futures, and when you start talking about, you know, what's the future of Black? Is it more just black people, just black people sticking with black people, or is there room for black people letting go of their blackness in favor of the whole? You know, it's at some point in the future, because the future isn't going to be just black people. You know, it's not going to be just white people. It's going to be, and it's going to be a mix. It's just going to keep mixing. So what happens there?
Well, I mean, I think it just, it sort of naturally evolves into whatever it naturally evolves into. Like you said, I don't think that we're ever gonna like stop dating other races, nor do I think that we should. I definitely prefer black women, but
yeah, I just heard about this this group that was started called Wham Bam, which is women of African men. It's Wham Bam shit. Black men. I forgot the title. I forgot what the acronym is, but it's WBA. It's Black Women and Asian Men. BWAM. That's what it is. Black Women, Asian Men. That's what, and they have started a group because there's apparently a growing population of black women and wanting to date Asian men and vice versa, and so they're having to start their own meetup groups. Because I mean, first of all, it's not like, I mean, I can imagine you being a black woman, you like, who do you like? You like Asian men.
And so now you got a place to go.
Where do you exactly? So, and you need a place to go.
And it's BAM.
And
BAM.
BWAM.
It's BWAM.
But yeah, so what I say that to say, like,
how did you find it?
Well, because I am part of the Nexus, Nexus with NISAF, which is I was like, I'm just saying a bunch of
just letters at this point.
Nexus with NISAF. New York Stage and Film is doing a workshop, and you said you had done it when it was live action, but I was doing it virtually. So on Saturday we had our very first meetup, and one of the women that I met on there, she is writing. She's a director and a writer, and she was talking about writing a play about BWAM, or called BWAM, and and putting a group together. So I'm like, wow, it's a growing community, But as these people are growing and developing more and more, there's gonna have to be less conversation about blackness in particular. So what is that like? Are we prepared for that?
For a conversation about less blackness?
Just, I mean, it's gonna, like, the story of being black is gonna eventually dilute. Ooh. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about, like, tomorrow, 2 years from now, 20 years from now. I'm talking about hundreds of years from now. Like, where we have created I think white people have created a culture of race being an important aspect of your identity. The color of your skin being such an important aspect of your identity. They did it so much that they decided to make slavery about that. And then by making slavery about that, they infused this really, really wicked idea with a really, really shallow concept, right? The color of your skin, which we know means virtually nothing, right? It determines nothing except for how people will treat you depending on where you live. But it doesn't determine what you're capable of as a human being and what you have inside of you, the content of your character. right? So you have this idea of racism, of racism being infused, the shallow idea of racism being infused now with a very, very wicked concept of slavery. And the mixing of that becomes so deadly that by the time slavery is over, now white people unknowingly have created black people, right? Because black people didn't exist before. Then white people said, no, race really matters. So now we're going to say, these are white people, these are black people. They literally created that. Now it permeates so much that now we talk about black people, like black people, and you have to, and you're prideful about your blackness. Like we're prideful about being black, right? And so now we're at this point because we're living in, you know, in this time, but 100 years from now, people are going to mix so much that now black and white and the color of your skin really doesn't matter. We go back to there's no difference of what color you look like and who you slept with, and like none of that shit matters. We're all fucking humans, you know? So are we ready for that? I feel like there's a lot of people who have the mentality that's like black, and if you're not black, if it's not black, I'm not mixing with that. And you know, and they don't see that in that the future is not just black. It's a mix. It's a rainbow.
Yeah. The issue is that people kill us in a way. People treat us worse than they treat other people. And so then we have to look at that as a black problem. Mm-hmm. So it's not that we want to look at ourselves as black. I feel like where we're stuck at is having to see the difference and know what it is so that we can address it. That's all we're really trying to do, I think, when we're calling out our black cards. Like, I think, especially my generation, we have been really focused on trying to prove what we can do, you know, like where we can go, how we can make things happen. That's why I'm loving that we're doing Black Future Month, you know. But like, I think a part of that is knowing that we have to deal with people who, that's the problem, is since they fucking created it, they can kneel on our fucking neck in the street and kill us, and we just gotta fucking swallow it, you know? And when we start addressing it like that, it's forced. And I think that people look at it like, oh, you don't have to look at it that way. But it's like, and I get that. And I get it so much that my response is like, we kind of do. And I try to say that with love because, like, I get that people want us to move on past racism. We want to. But when Black people are going through things that they shouldn't and we have to call it out, it's because we're being forced to. We have to be like, y'all got to stop doing this. You can't do that. Like, you can't kneel on a person's neck for 8 minutes.
Facts.
So it's stuff like that it'd be like, all right, here we go with another Black movement. It's not like we rise up but we don't get what we want. Come on.
Yeah. You
know, we don't rise up when a pair of Gucci's don't come out. Or we don't rise up when our team don't win games. We don't rush the street and turn cars over when our teams win the series. We know who that is. That's not us. We rise up when you kneel on our necks for 8 minutes. Why? Because we just want civil rights. Like, can you just be civil? I love that joke. Can we just
who is that? Is that Michael Shea?
Yeah.
Michael Shea?
We just want people. We just asking for people to be civil. But yeah, man, that's why I'm loving Black Future Month, because I feel like even with like mixed race couples, it's like, yeah, the future is gonna be like a melting pot. I'm so ready for a world of all light skinned, green eyed people.
Oh, get out of here, man.
bunch of G's running around.
G buddy. Nah, that's funny, man. Shit. I guess we can slip into the reels section So this section is where we like to just highlight some creative work because we're, as Akron said, we're sliding into the next section, our art section. And so we like to just showcase some different reels. So we call this the Actor Reel Showcase. With this being Black Future Month and all, we thought we might show y'all something different than some acting reels. We'll show you actually a song that I was commissioned to write by Gable Stage in August, where we created a whole show called My Black Body Is. And this song just came to me. Akron and I have been writing music, just literally every day since the quarantine started. And every day before that, honestly. But music has just been coming to me, particularly day after day, and it's honestly a blessing. So here's our little snippet from My Black Body Is.
My black body, my black body, my black body, my black body.
I was born free with a darker skin.
Celebrate the skin I'm in.
Kissed by the sun, my skin is rich. So I got a sweet song on my lips, singing
My black body,
singing now.
my black body,
Oh, singing
my black body,
one more time.
my black body.
Ace. Take the picture.
Yeah.
Bruh, I love that video. I was about to try to Google and get some specific names, but like, how did y'all? I'm just gonna say y'all for right now because I'm in Texas. How did y'all get so much color? Like the backgrounds, bro. Like, what's up with those backgrounds?
So the artist who is involved with it, the photographer, his name is Rodney Jones the second. I want to say it's the second, but I'll have to put his information in the description. He is an awesome photographer that I met through Young Arts. All of those people I met them through a program called Young Arts in Miami, and he is doing a series called the Melanated series, which is basically pictures of all Black people he knows, and it's all Black people, and they have, it tells a story, but he's been getting these beautiful fabrics and shooting them on these fabrics, and that's the whole concept. Just showcasing Black people in all of their color and light and joy, and then when we were doing this, we're talking about this series, I was thinking that it would be really cool to highlight that we're all in different cities in some cool way by showing each of us with our own unique pattern. And so he is like, he has these backdrops, and then he has thousands of photos of people that he's taken on these backdrops. So now we're gonna video ourselves on these backdrops as well, and then have them kind of move in. So in that video you saw there's some of the photography is mixed in with us, and it's kind of like the Brady Bunch style, where we're side by side. But I just wanted to kind of give that feel of like all of his artwork coming together, and then these kind of moving portraits, and it really all came together well. I didn't expect it to look that good, but
bruh, y'all stuff looks so good, man. It looked like y'all do that annually. That looked like welcome back, y'all. This is what y'all do. That was I loved it the first 3 times I watched. I've watched it so many times, like. That's one thing too for me. Like if it's visually spectacular, for me, and like Man, it's just, but I mean, you be really fucking with them colors though, man.
Yeah,
Speak my language,
I
bro.
love bright. I love bright colors. I mean, as you can see with my logo, man.
That's his
Like,
logo. These symbols right here with these
yeah,
colors right here, and like y'all can't see the detail, but it's like little designs in the
yeah,
background.
patterns and stuff.
Man, you should check out his website too, man.
Yeah, go to actually you can go to the Devil's Advocate live right there at the top of the screen, and you can see all my website work. But yeah, man, I just like to make things colorful. I like to highlight the color of life, but I want to make colorful cool. Right, like, and I feel like it's the flip side to Gabrielle's brand and what I've created for her, because I've made this really colorful, bright brand for One Great Vegan, but it's like it's more girly and homey and nurturing, and there's a more feminine quality to it, and I feel like mine is just more edgy and and they're sharp and it's clean, clean lines and clean shapes. And her designs are clean as well, but there's just a more.
When do you feel like y'all's brands will truly intersect?
I feel like they intersect already in every way, but what particularly do you mean? Like
a huge event. Like, which do you think that there'll ever be something like really big?
Yeah, it's gonna be our wedding.
Oh,
like so we're married, but we've always had this dream of having like a really big, celebrity celebration sort of thing, celebrity level extravaganza. And so it'd be like, basically it'd be a celebration of our love. And we want to have this, because her name is Gabrielle Reyes, so her initials are GR, and my name is Ace, and so GR makes Grace. GR and Ace makes Grace, and so that's kind of our name together, our joint name. Wow. And she didn't take my last name, and she's not going to, but that's fine, because Grace is kind of our, what do you call it, a moniker? Is that what it's called? Like that's our name. Like our family name is Grace in a sense. So we want to have a place that is like an arts gymnasium called Grace Gardens. And Grace Gardens, it would be awesome to host an anniversary or something of some kind at the opening of Grace Gardens, which would be it would be just really dope. That'd be a dope way to celebrate. It might not be the official, like the first of our celebration, like of our wedding celebration. But yeah, because we got married, we just signed some papers at the house, on our kitchen island in front of her two best friends. So it wasn't, pretty simple.
Were there bunnies?
Were there bunnies? No, but that night involved shrooms. We'll talk about that another time. But
shrooms in your black t-shirt.
Yo, first of all, no edibles ever work on me, bro. Like, I don't know why, son. I don't understand why they don't work on me, bro.
What do you mean they don't work?
They don't work. They just like, I try to take edibles and then they don't affect me.
Okay. How do you take them? Just curious.
I eat them. I ingest them.
You just eat them?
Yeah.
How much do you
eat? Well, first I eat whatever the prescribed amount is, so whatever the recommended. And then if it doesn't work, then I'll take more.
Damn, and you don't feel nothing?
Nothing.
No, like nothing. Hallucinations and nothing.
Nah, man. I've never, and sometimes I like think it's the fact that I have a very wide imagination already. And maybe I just can't. Like, I can't, because I'm always there. Like, my mind is always on that. You know what I mean? That creative.
You so and you hear this. Like, hit him up. He needs to take him to another place.
But also I think there's partly a fear too. Because every time a fear of hallucinating, like I don't want to go into
that's why I don't.
place where
I will say that like I don't do drugs. First of all, but I did try marijuana and I liked it, so I do that.
But I don't feel like marijuana is a drug, man. Marijuana is it's a plant, bro. It's a plant. It's a hallucinogenic plant.
It is, which made me feel comfortable about taking shrooms.
Right.
Because it was a plant.
And that's the thing that we talk about all the time too, me and G, is like we don't ever intend on taking anything synthetic. No. Ever. No. Like nothing synthetic, nothing. Like the only things that we're willing to try are things that literally come from the earth. And we're plant-based. We eat that way, so.
Yeah. I definitely was nervous about shrooms, but I will say that like I've had some decent experiences, and then I've had some really just like mind-bending, like what's going on, reality is changing experiences. So,
yeah, I want to try ayahuasca.
As do I.
Yeah, man, I want to have an experience like that. I feel like I've heard some stuff about it, and I'm like, I'll be really interested in trying it.
Yeah, it's not it's definitely, I don't even think it's a high. I think it's like you get transported.
Yeah, that's what what I'm interested in. Like
everybody who does it, like they find the purpose of their life.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because I already know my purpose.
What I hear.
Because I already know my purpose, and I've always known my purpose. I'm really, really interested in being transported.
Meeting your future self. You're gonna be God,
bro. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Go meet him.
Go meet him.
Go meet him.
Go meet him. I hope he looks like Thanos.
What if he does? What if he's like you, but like Thanos? He's just like looking at Thanos. You.
Yeah, and he has what's his name's voice? God, who plays Thanos? His voice, Michael? No. Peter Russ? No.
I don't keep up with white actors.
This Black Future Month, I guess.
I don't keep up with
what did she say? That's just really racist. That just sounds really racist.
People, I am slightly racist.
Oh, shit.
So we're moving to the arts part of our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we got one more thing we wanted to show.
Oh,
we could,
yes, no.
Yeah, we should show this.
Oh,
so,
yes.
So here's just a quick little performance that I've been working on and putting together. Water, not to be confused with vodka, but you can tell because there's bubbles in it.
My Facebook is filled with two men taking knees. Two men I never met on their knees just for me. One man takes a knee to defend my beliefs. The other's knee is on my throat just in hopes I don't breathe. What does it mean? Two men defending opposite sides when I'm forced into the middle, so my life's on the line. Man one has had enough, he has to choose do or die. The other man just wants me gone, you can see it in his eyes. Now who am I, you might ask? What's so special about you? Another person might just ask, well, what did you do? And I've been thinking that through, cause man, I wish that I knew, cause then I could solve the problem, but I don't have a clue. And I swear I'm telling the truth, this shit is out of the blue. The saddest part about it is that it ain't nothing new. So I'll probably be shy to death for false conclusions you drew. Yes, you, cause if I'm guilty, then you gotta be too. That's the rules, so what judgments have you made about me? Cause I bet you'd never guess my IQ's 143. That ain't so easy to see. That's why you call the police, who shoot first, ask later. Yeah, we know how y'all be. You all think you elite, leaving my blood on the leaves. You just want me losing trust in every person I meet. That's why it's hard hard to believe that we could change it in peace. Cause when we march, you call us thugs who wanna riot the streets. So the only option I see is to pack me a heat. But then I give you every cause to kill me casually. Yo, what's your problem with me? Like really, what do you see? What's so different about my life and the air that I breathe? Cause when I look into the mirror, all I see is myself, honestly playing the game with the hand I was dealt. And from what I could tell, that's been doing me well. Cause I can see where I go wrong, so maybe look at yourself. And really, what if it helps to really look in your eyes and work to fix every aspect of yourself you despise? Stop outsourcing the pain instead of looking aside to ask yourself why you're careless when a black man dies. Nah, wait. I just qualified the one thing that lets us relate. See, dead man, dead black man doesn't equate. Cause dead black man's skin is a nigga's mistake. And you can tell by the response from the head of the state. Black people pure evil in a nation of great whites. We all guilty in the world of sin. But man too thinks he's a judge, and you can tell by the grin. I thought Christ said life's about the goodness within. But apparently for you it's about the tone of my skin. So how the hell do I win if I was born this way? What's the point of free will if I don't have a say? Why the blatant lie to say straight and narrow's the way? If the prize of life is death, then we won't play. Nah, see, that's exactly what they want you to think. Flood your mind with hate and nihilism, drink it or sing. They know that we on the brink to change the world in the blink. And when we get the upper hand, the scare will make them extinct. So let's think about a remedy as best as we can. If you're offended by extremities, you cut off the hand. Any part of you unheavenly won't fit in the plan. So if your hand is in supremacy, you're probably damned. Fall prey to group identity, you bloody the land. But if you look into the mirror, you might see who I am. I'm not a monster or an enemy, and if you don't understand, allow me to jog your memory. I am a man.
Yeah.
Yo, let's talk about them posters real quick, though, man. You found those posters, man, and I had never seen them before.
The posters.
So,
the I Am a Man
the
posters.
I Am a Man posters.
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Do you know that story?
Yeah. So
you made me discover that story when you first posted it, which was some years back.
Oh yeah.
You remember when you first posted it?
Yeah.
What was the motivation for that?
So that was through a play that I had done at SMU, Blues for Mr. Charlie. Blues for Mr. Charlie was rehearsing around the time of Trayvon Martin's murder. And at that time, Patricia McGregor was directing, and she was interested. Well, I was making posters. I was like known around the school for making the posters, and so because I was playing the lead in the show and making the poster, it was like perfect. You know, we can kind of sit together. And I had made a poster for the last time she had done a project at SMU, and so we were talking about different ideas, and I was thinking about like, you know, how can we, you know, have similarities between the Red Hood and, you know, and like a KKK, you know, a Klan hood or something like that. You know, I was just trying to figure out, because the story, we were trying to figure out how to loop all the stories together, because Blues for Mr. Charlie is about a black man being murdered by a white man, and then the white man gets off for it. And you kind of hear you watch the whole story unfold. You already know that that's going to happen, so I didn't give away anything. But you watch how the story unfolds, because you see the storyline of it already of having happened, and then you see, so you see the future and the past at the same time, like the trial that's going on around the case, and then you see like past scenes from it. So in the past scenes, I'm alive and, you know, and moving around. But anyway, so that story was very similar to, when we were marketing the show, we wanted to go the Emmett Till direction, but then like it was crazy, because then, you know, Trayvon was murdered, so we were trying to figure out how to incorporate that. Now seeing all of the movements and stuff, she was really interested in this proclamation of I am a man, right? And so I found a version of it, and then I created it, aged it, and then that was literally the poster. So much so that people thought that the name of Blues for Mr. Charlie was I Am a Man, because that was the poster that was around campus everywhere. But I Am a Man it started from a sanitization strike in Memphis in the 60s. And basically these sanitization workers were working in very extremely poor conditions, and so much so that their men were dying by getting falling into the trash chute, and getting crushed. And it was just really terrible. I mean, like, this is sanitization. Like, you're thinking about, and this is in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have plumbing like we got plumbing today in 2021. So
they
went on strike. And this was around the time, and then, like, so as they went on strike, basically their bosses weren't treating them not like men. So they got these things like, hey, we're men. We're not fucking meat that goes into a little grinder. We're not food. We have, we're sovereign people. And so they created this campaign called I Am a Man, and Martin Luther King caught wind of it and made that, that became he obviously energized the movement and marched with them, and then that became a bigger concept, So I Am a Man has now been seen as a declaration of civil rights from then on forward. And so in June, when this shit is good, huh?
Yo. Oh my God. Shout out to Kelly's croutons.
I wish I could have some of them shits, nigga.
You can't eat this?
Nah, because it just has gluten in them, and I'm trying to cut out gluten for a little bit because I think it's making me break out, but I don't know.
Damn, yo, if y'all can have gluten, Kelly's croutons.
If y'all can have gluten, you better have Kelly's croutons.
If you want some gluten, try
some crouton.
Some cheesy garlic croutons. They are dairy-free, vegan, soy-free. There's no oil.
No palm oil.
Try to eat just one is what it says.
Try to eat just one.
This bag.
This nigga has been popping them, yo.
Minutes. I've been smashing this bag.
Getting at this bag. I think there's another.
I'm sorry. I think there's like 5 bags over there because there's a Supreme Vegan in the building.
Word. But yeah, man. I Am a Man is a declaration of civil rights. So so around the time of George Floyd's death, I just felt like the country and myself, I felt like nobody knew what was up from down, and and it's like we're in this virus and this pandemic is going on, and I just felt like I needed to write something. Something spoke to me like, I gotta write something. And what came to me was this idea of I am a man, because I wanted to see if I could write a piece that would keep me on the center line. I didn't want to write anything that was going to be explosive or be like, I wanted something that everybody could listen and literally get behind. And then I thought, I was like, I'm a man. Like, there's no argument with that. You can't argue really with that. And so I wanted to write a whole piece making the argument of me being a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what came.
It's fucked up that you have to fight for your humanity. It's fucked up.
Yes. But I'm also grateful because what a lesson I learned. I discovered something about myself, and I was able to articulate something about life to help other people, and it impacted a lot of lives. And a lot of people, I would say hundreds of people reached out to me it got thousands of views, and hundreds of people reached out to me just saying how much it really impacted them and changed their perspective. And Kevin reached out to me, and yeah, just it's sad, but life is suffering, man. Like life, we know the game. The game is rigged. We're gonna die. We get here, we show up, and like, hey, you're gonna die. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? And as it's like you just gotta face that shit. And so it's really important to have a meaningful purpose, right? Align yourself with a meaningful purpose that at least that it, because you're here, at least the world is a better place that you were here. Absolutely. Right? As that rather than a worse place. Because it could be the exact opposite. You could come here and be Stalin, you know? You could come here and wreak the most havoc that you want on the world as possible. And there are people that are like that. If they had their hand on the button, they would just end the whole thing. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But that's why they don't ever really amount to anything. They don't ever amass anything, because that's not a winning game. The winning game is to actually play like you're here with a bunch of other gods. You're here in a world where we're all on the same level. We all got the same powers. And because we all got the same powers, we can't tell that we got powers, bro.
Hey, you know what I wanted to ask you about was, I was like, have you ever known a bad guy in real life that didn't get taken down? Think about it in real life, not in movies. In movies is the only thing where bad guys win. Yeah. In real life, if a bad guy pops up, it doesn't matter how long it takes. The good people are going to come get you.
Yeah. The reason why it only happens in movies because the end of the movie is the bad guy getting caught. Right. Right? Like, we keep watching Joker and Batman movies because Batman doesn't kill the Joker. Joker's still alive, running out, and then Joker is just smart enough to escape from Arkham and, you know, wreak havoc on the world. But we need that juxtaposition. Batman needs the Joker. And so, but the story would end if Joker dies. This is like, that's not really up from there. I guess it's like Batman just killed his worst enemy.
But I'm saying, like, this is a reason that you just might as well act in love.
Yes, absolutely.
People is like, you're going to get caught. It doesn't matter. And you don't even know when. I don't even understand why people choose to do evil stuff. Like, you know you're gonna get caught. I don't understand. Like the evil stuff, the stuff that you like, I'm just gonna take from this person.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's always gonna come back. Yeah, it's always gonna come back to you. And it's funny, if you watch true crime or if you watch interviews about people talking about criminal activity, the things that they avoid is having to look behind their back. And the only reason why you would have to look behind your back is if you took something, right, that wasn't yours. That's the only other reason. Like, if there's something for you, like, that wasn't yours that you took, and you thought, like, so if you took a life, right, that you just took something that is not yours, you're always going to have to look back at that moment until it straightens itself out, right?
I stole something one time.
And it haunts you, right? Like, it just stays in your mind.
I stole the thing and I walked outside and somebody had broken into my car. The karma was so immediate, bro.
Instant karma.
Was like water, instant coffee, karma, baby. Oh my God, it happens to me so quick. That's why I'm telling you. I know one part of my success, man, has been that, like, I have humbly just done the right thing as much as I possibly could.
Yeah, I think that's what happens for smarter people. The karma is more instant, right? I think that is a sure sign of how intelligent you are, honestly, because stupid people don't learn. No, seriously, they don't learn. Stupid people don't like, so they might do something, and because they're not like, they need a bigger lesson. They need a more shocking lesson, impactful, in order to learn from the mistake. Because they might steal something, trip, and steal something, and immediately walk out of the building and trip, and not realize that they just tripped and busted their ass, broke their elbow or something because they just stole. But they're not reading it as, So I feel like so much havoc happens in stupid people's lives. Truly, I mean, if you're stupid, like, you're just not gonna learn. It's not gonna learn.
Oh, shoot. I haven't said the word stupid in a long time. Man. Yo, I miss Chicago, man. If anybody's watching from Chicago, I miss Chicago. I want to go visit Chicago again. Which makes me think about art, which brings us to the next section of our stuff.
Hey.
Of our stuff.
Hey.
Art. We got art coming up. This is the art section, right? Because it's sex, art, spirituality. And so when I was thinking about art and I was thinking about Black Future Month, I started thinking about Black designers. Like this jacket that I have on, isn't it fresh? Isn't it fly? I don't go to Hill, man. Lena Waithe made this jacket, man. This is like one of her like limited edition.
Yeah, that's fly, man.
Lena Waithe is also part of our Black future. We can see her all over television. But I bought it at a place called Complex Con. It's actually where I went to tell you guys about.
Complex
If you don't
Con.
know about Complex Con, Google it. Because there's so much Black future going there and coming out of it. It's like, it's the place where you're going to find Black designers who are hip hop people, but also like have MBAs in their field, and they're like discovering how to mix our culture with like high-end fashion brands for hip-hop artists, who are at the top of everything, basically. If you want to look at the top of the food chain, it's the hip-hop artists who are like amassing the most like appeal, across the board, as far as brown people are concerned. And so as we continue to like push in that area in fashion and music and in just culture in general, y'all, like we're rich in culture. You in any way you want to look at that phrase, we are rich in culture. Even my shoes, you hear me? I'm wearing my Travis tonight.
Hey.
Another like Black designer who's also like a hip hop artist who's also like married to one of the Kardashians, I think. Are they married? He's from H-Town. You dig? But yeah, man.
Wait, so what was your question?
My question actually is because I started pushing towards Black designers, and I was thinking about Virgil Abloh and Off-White, and if y'all hear me say something, like, please go check out some of these, because I know like some people just don't look at fashion a lot. They look at it as like, oh, I don't need to be doing that, but there are like brown people making some cool ass stuff. Virgil Abloh literally had a whole floor of the museum in Chicago.
Who is this? Because I don't know.
He
people.
Designs for Louis Vuitton. He's the head male designer for Louis Vuitton. He designs all of their entire male line. So I don't know if you remember when Michael B. Jordan showed up to an award show. He had a vest on. It was like multicolored. It went over his suit. It was during the Black Panther days, but
I have to check it out. I wish you could pull it up. See,
yeah.
when we have a producer, we'll just be able to like, hey, pull up the Michael B. Jordan.
And so he's pushing the envelope. He was pushing the envelope at Louis Vuitton, but he had always been pushing the envelope of like his interpretation of like hip hop culture and fashion. He started working with Kanye through making T-shirts. He was making T-shirts and like ran into Kanye, and I started thinking about Kanye. And so I'm curious about just artistically from an artist standpoint right now. Kanye is not winning off of rap as much as he's winning off of shoes. How long can this man keep up with what he's doing? What is he doing? This exclusivity of these foamy shoes. You see them. I know you don't even want to think about them, right? You don't want to think about them, but somebody's thinking about them deeply. People are paying $2,200 resale for them. Hello. They are collector's items. They are artwork. You know, somebody got some Kanye's in a case that they don't even wear.
Wow.
How long can he keep it up? I think he.
What do you think about that? When people take that practicality out of their purchases?
Practicality. What do you mean?
So to have Kanye West shoes in a case, you know, when they're shoes, they're supposed to be made to wear. Like that's why you buy shoes. I don't know if you're not gonna wear them, why do you need to buy them? Like, yes. Why do you need to have them? So what do you think about it?
I think that it's what some people would consider art, and like some of the stuff that I'm wearing, you know, right now, like this essential. This is Fear of God. It's a cool line. It's like this stuff that I buy is not just so I can like look cool. Like I consider it like artwork. And I consider how I dress to be like a statement. I think that some people are looking at the design of shoes as statements. And more and even bigger than that, they're seeing everybody else's response to it and being like, you may not see it as art, but like it is. And they're trying to tell us, I feel like. And so when I experienced Complex Con, I didn't experience it in a like hype beast sort of way because I just love Jordans. But when I showed up, I was experiencing art. I was experiencing people like expressing themselves through Jordans, expressing themselves through a pair of Reeboks. You know, I met a cat from Houston who had like told a story with a pair of Reeboks and he was only selling like 13 pair and I won them and he signed them for me and like we connected, but like I was taking his artwork home and I was about to wear it. So I just think that is what like people might see in Kanye's, because he's a legend and he had a deal with Nike and dropped some Nikes that were like exclusive and crazy. And so like I think the longevity of his, you know, he's had that kind of pull for so long in the shoe game that now they consider his stuff to be like, oh, you know, like wearing a pair, you know, like his freaking clothes. I got a t-shirt that I know is worth like $400. It's worth that. And what I mean by that is I could put it on a website and like resell it for around that amount, I think.
But so is that the game, to just buy it to resell it?
For some people. But that's the artwork game in general for some people. For some people, they buy to resell. And I know that Black people in general may not know the art game because when were we able to buy something to resell it? I don't know why I keep like looking for people to like agree with me. Like, you feel me? Nah, but like, yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what artwork is starting to be for some people. And since it's hip hop, it may be like a Jay-Z quote painted crazy on some type of weird canvas, and you know, 80 years from now that's worth X amount of dollars. You know, eventually we're gonna have a Van Gogh.
Yeah, I guess I feel that in a sense, but I always feel like it's something that I said that I would like, you know, put on like it would be a quote. Like that's what would make it important. But otherwise it's like when we were first learning how to write, and when I say we, I mean humanity, we were discovering how to organize characters in one place enough to communicate a message. Like, we took really good care of what we were preserving, you know, like, and there was kind of an importance in the story, and it was clear what the message that we were trying to prescribe, like, that kind of that we would pass on to the next generation. And so I'm like, and now we have these documents that are kept and held in honor and held in, you know, they're held in love, and they're reserved, or I guess exalted, and those are the quotes. Like, I feel like those quotes are passed down because there's an important message in them. So do you feel like the work that is, or the message that's being communicated in these works of art is helpful or hindering to the culture?
I think certain types of celebrity are helpful. I think that, like, certain types of heights are worth reaching because we should be comfortable with reaching them. You know what I mean? On like a global scale, we should be comfortable with being loved. And if that pushes the envelope for Chinese and whoever, Australians or whoever, you know, if all you know of Black culture is Travis Scott, then I think it is important that Travis Scott is going to go and design some shoes for Nike and push them out. And then people in China are going to go crazy about them because they're respecting us on a different level than white people are. They're only experiencing us. Some of them, like, imagine going there and walking the streets and realizing I'm the only Black person for miles and miles around. You know, they may hit you with some. Imagine wearing your Travis Scotts there, and that opens doors. Literally opens doors for you. I live in a high rise in downtown Los Angeles, and sometimes my only connection to whoever's getting on that elevator, who's probably rich as heck and he's Asian from there, is my Travis Scott's. He looks down at my feet. We start a conversation. I end up at his house. He's watching my dog. I'm talking all off my shoes. I'm in CVS trying to figure out where to go get something to eat. Something as simple as that. And somebody's like, "Oh, yo, dope shoes. Hey, where is food?" You know, so just it's also that like sometimes this artist thought that something was cool, put it on a t-shirt. You wear the t-shirt and it connects you to a completely different race, which opens up a completely different door. And it's all us. And that's what I feel like we need to be like globally shaking hands, man. And saying what's up to North Korea and saying what's up to South Korea. And sometimes that's the way that we do it, you know. Ye drops some fucking shoes and, you know, they might not even know Ye's last album, let alone his first. You know, they don't know he the high school dropout. They just know he's married to Kim Kardashian.
Which is I think they're getting divorced, right?
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's ending.
End of an era.
But we knew this time would come. We all knew this time would come.
Yo, we knew that y'all was gonna break up. That's cold.
I mean,
we knew this time would come.
I mean, we know stability when we see it. You know, we know instability when we see it.
I think the other thing that I wanted to ask about in artwork, the other question that I had was, where are the Black futurists? If y'all go to any of these conventions, I was talking about Complex Con. You showed me clips of the free Comic-Con in 2020, and they had futurists, people who spoke about the future.
We had there was two Black people on there
of every industry, and so I want more Black futurists.
Yeah,
I want to start thinking ahead.
Hell yeah, man! Like that's how you create Wakanda, bro.
Yeah,
that's how you actually make it.
Also, you know? Wakanda Con exists.
Yeah, that I want to attend when the world opens back up for sure.
Yeah, man, it's like a Black nerd like dream.
Yeah. Did it look like Wakanda? Like, did they do anything in terms of setting it up to make it?
Themed. It was definitely themed. You know, it's like Comic-Con, so you're gonna have people showing up in all their Wakanda gear, all different shapes and sizes of all the different clans and all that stuff too. Like they know all that, but then you also have completely different universes of Black characters, which is so cool, and you get to see what's popular in the Black nerd world. And I think that, like, we talk about Black futures, man, like there is a future for us in that genre of superheroes and
absolutely
telling that story.
Absolutely. And because our culture is so rich with so, I mean, we have so many different types of stories that can be told. Yeah. And then infusing that properly with folklore and superpowers and mysticism. Yeah. I mean, if we do that right, that's a cash cow on its own. I mean, you can basically create a Star Wars level universe. Yeah. You know, and create an empire like that. Yeah. Which is what I'm really excited to see when it comes to Black futures. Just because I was talking to my little sister who just turned 14, man. And it was my first time getting to have like a real deep conversation, not even a deep conversation, but I called her for her birthday. And she was telling me that I was asking her what her favorite movies are, and she was like, Black Panther is definitely, she was like, there's nothing better than Black Panther. Like, and I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Like, she's growing up in a time where like Black Panther just exists, and it's not, there's no fight for it. There's no like, we really need a finally Black superhero. It's like, nah, this is the movie, and it's her favorite movie. You know, like that. She's like, there's nothing wrong with it. So for her, a young Black woman growing up in a world that is dubbed and deemed as, you know, terrible and racist and suffering, she is growing up with her favorite film is Black Panther, right? All Black superhero film about the future. That shit is dope, you know? And like, and we can create that shit. Like, we're capable. Now we have not only, it's not like it's even 30 years ago where technology was kind of on the rise and like CGI and graphics, but now we have, like, if you guys look at what Disney is doing with The Mandalorian, like, we have the technology to create fucking anything, bro. Anything. And make it look real, like, and put it in front of us. And so, like, all of that, you know, I really believe you use your chaos to create, right? You use the chaos of your life to create from. That's where you get all of your stories. You don't create more chaos with the chaos. You use that to tell a story, to tell a really colorful, because you survived. And so Black people have so many stories because we've survived so much. So we got all of the knowledge, bro. So, that's where the diamonds are.
So here's what I'm about to do. I'm about to drop something on us right now.
Oh, shit.
About to drop something on us. We're about to do something big, y'all. For anybody who might be tuning in. So, you know, we're getting ready to, we got like, we have a few things coming. We got music coming. We got a film coming.
There are multiple films coming,
films coming, you know. Like,
crazy. Like, and it's all actually happening. Like, it's not like how, you know, you hear people be like, yo, we're working on something, but they don't really got. Nah, we are talking to. We got investors, we got producers, we got writers. Like the game is set up, bro. We setting it up.
So I want to give somebody an opportunity who might be tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna add this to we have something called a production track.
yeah. Nigga, don't say it like you ashamed of it. We got a production tracker. Hell yeah, bro.
It's like we give cornerstone of our business. We're gonna have like business Zoom. We're gonna have Zoom business.
Yeah, seminar. We're gonna have a seminar.
But like one of the things we do is like we write down these ideas that we're working on, and so we're keeping track of them. It's our production tracker.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to give y'all a chance to give us some ideas to put on there for the production tracker. It would be, an exclusive opportunity between you and I, or us, excuse me, with whoever we decide that like would be the best idea. But like, I want to do something black superhero-y because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
But it's got to be interesting, man. Like, don't just hit me with he got his powers from the moon because he's an alien. Because I already have a really big idea and I'll use mine. So don't make me use mine. Because I have one. I'll share mine with you after we do this. But like, I guess what makes it kind of exclusive to the people that are viewing is like we're only gonna take it for a certain amount of time, maybe.
Which is this?
I think we're gonna take ideas for the production track.
Oh yeah. Take them for an amount of time now.
It's like a certain amount of time. I think we should make it exclusive because
I mean, we'll just say like the ones that come on during the episode. You know what I mean? Like we'll just keep it to the episode.
Who's viewing right now.
Yeah, so we'll leave it to the comments. Like if you didn't leave it in the comments, then
I wanted to. So you wanted to come to the comments?
Yeah, because then we can put it to the production tracker, or I don't think we should type it.
Nobody to see other people's ideas and stuff because it's intellectual property. Like this is a share. I'm offering to collab with someone.
I think we get to that point. So if they comment, we really figuring this out right now, y'all. Y'all gonna hear us discuss this. So if they leave it in the comments,
it's too public.
They leave their idea. We gotta make it so that there's a level, right? There's like levels to this shit.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So like they would hit us up with the ideas. Because we're not going to take all the ideas that come through.
Forget it, man. I don't want to do it this week.
We're going to start it next week.
It's too complicated, but we going to figure it out. Because I want to know other people's ideas because we got some stuff coming. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, y'all know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know us.
I'm surprised that you want more ideas because we have so many, bro. Like, we got
I want to collab, bro, so bad.
Collab is going to happen. Okay. The collab starts from your projects. You know what I'm saying? You start the projects and then you start pulling people in. You know what I mean? You got to start pulling people in one by one. Like, okay, I need you for this. You can start delegating. You know what I mean? Then you build the empire.
That's going to work.
Right. Because we don't even have a producer for this show.
But this is like, honestly, this is just so for like people to look back and be like, oh my God, they've been talking about this shit this whole time.
Yeah, man. It's going to be dope. Yeah. I'm excited, bro. Like, honestly, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, looking back at just the track record of everything we've created, bro. Do you realize, nigga, it's only February, bro. And look at what we've done in the last 4 weeks.
I think we'll get nominated for an Emmy in like 2 years. I think it can happen. Yeah. I'm putting that into the
nominated for an Emmy in 2 years. Making our first $1 million each. That's gonna happen. That's $3 million.
That's gonna happen this year.
Happening this year.
But definitely, I think this show could get nominated for an Emmy.
The Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down.
This thing.
I'm down, yo.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Because we'll just start making it better. We'll get a studio. We can get a band. We can get make it a whole vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I need an animator, y'all. Because I want
an animator to do what?
I want to do funny little snippets of little shorts, animated snippets.
Animators come through. Yeah, see, that's how you collab. Like you bring the idea, and then you get the people. You employ the people that know how to bring your idea to fruition.
Little funny animated robot chicken. in between our stuff, we just talking, and we just throw one in and just get right back to talking.
Yeah.
You want to jump into spirituality?
Let's do it, man.
I ain't got nothing for it.
All right. So, spirituality when it comes to Black futures. Let's actually go into our affirmation. You know, you want to pull an affirmation. Why don't we pull an affirmation from our Black future book? Oh snap! What? See. All right. I wonder if there's anything I don't even know. I would. This pussy don't pop for you. This pussy don't pop for you. Pop for you, jungle pussy.
Can it be another one?
I'm not really sure where to look in here.
Oh my god.
Affirmation, yo. Affirmation. This is affirmation right here. I had no idea that this was in here. And we're about to do our first affirmation.
This is lit.
Here is the story of this poem. Affirmation. A few years ago, I was doing a poetry show at this type of venue where at the end of the night, the only payment was a wad of cash culled from whatever the take at the door had been, and where artists are therefore encouraged to bring and sell whatever they might have to bring and sell. I had no book to my name and no enthusiasm about putting together a chapbook for this purpose, and therefore nothing to bring and sell. I decided instead to sell commissioned poems. If people donated a certain amount of money to an organization of my choosing, I would write a poem on a topic they selected. They could do whatever they wanted with the poem, although I reserved the right to publish it if I wished. Right? This is collaboration right here. The organization I chose is called Liberation Library. They are a volunteer group that provides books to young people who are incarcerated in prisons in Illinois. The books they provide are based on the requests of the young people themselves. I think that detail matters a lot. I believe that Black people reading remains a radical act. And the self-determination inherent in choosing what one would like to read, the idea the young people deserve an element of desire, of joy, of autonomy in this regard is radical as well. I mean, this is in both senses of the word. Children in prison choosing books for themselves is counterculture and transformative, and it also brings us to the very root of what reading means and what literature is for. Should I keep going? This isn't even a poem.
No, that wasn't a poem. That wasn't a poem. That was informative though. I'll read, pick up a book, preferably How Long Till Black Future Month if you're into science fiction. If you're not into science fiction, there's another book. Obviously, I haven't picked it up in a while. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, I think this is it.
But you can also pick up Black Futures if you're into
To youth living in prison after Asada Shakur. Speak this to yourself until you know it is true. I believe that I woke up today and my lungs were working miraculously. My voice can sing and murmur and ask miraculously. My hand may shake, but they can hold me or another. My blood still carries the gift of the air from my heart to my brain miraculously. Put a finger to my wrist or my temple and feel it. I am magic. Life and all its good and bad and ugly things, scary things which I would like to forget, beautiful things which I would like to remember. The whole messy, lovely, true story of myself pulses within me. I believe that the sun shines, if not here, then somewhere. Somewhere it rains, and things will grow green and wonderful. Somewhere inside me, too, it rains, and things will grow green and wonderful. Sometimes my insides rain from the inside out, and then I know I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. Ewing. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful. Nice little beautiful Black future affirmation poem.
Man, I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to elaborate? No.
I'm just glad that we're doing it. I'm just glad somebody got to hear that on something I was attached to.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
Black futures. No, this is really cool. I'm excited to actually dive into it. That was the first passage that I read from it. Actually read. I've just kind of glimpsed over some of the photos and stuff in that book. But yeah, but I'm excited to explore it a little bit more. Speaking of Black futures, though, I got this. This was actually also from my from my sister-in-law. She gives me a lot of books, but Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, yeah.
How you feel about Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I mean, he's great on Twitter.
I don't know him on Twitter. I don't follow him on Twitter.
Follow him on Twitter.
Well, I don't really be on Twitter like that. Like I gotta know that something is going on and then go to Twitter.
I found him through. I'm gonna be totally honest. I didn't know who he was until I saw there's a Netflix special about the universe.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Discovered him on
That's
Cosmos.
how a lot of people discovered him.
Discovered him on Cosmos, and then I doubled back and
he also has a master class. Watch his master class, and he talks about astrophysics for people in a hurry. So this is a nice little quick read.
It's
you
my
want to get
favorite
into
master
astrophysics.
class also, if y'all into that. And so then I had started following him on the Twitters. I'm really into quantum physics. And he's really into quantum physics. I don't like his sort of like take on it. But it's more realistic than anybody else's take, unfortunately, right now. But no, yeah. We should talk to him about how I can go in the future. I want to travel to the future, but you can't go back. Did you know that?
I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah, you can't travel backwards.
Yeah.
It's like once you travel forward, you can never get back to wherever you were.
Yeah, time always moves forward.
Yeah. No way.
There's no... It sucks?
Yeah, I want to go see Jesus, and just like pull up. Come on, Jesus.
Yeah, but the game is kind of rigged in a way that you're not supposed to look back. Like literally, if you look back, you turn into a pillar of salt.
Ooh. Saddam and Gomorrah.
Yeah. There's you can't have any nostalgia for the damned. What is behind you is behind you. Can't be looking back there. You get lost.
So
you get sucked in with the damned.
So hypothetically, a genie pops up. I will grant you this only one wish. That you can travel back anywhere in the past to see anyone at any time. You're telling me you would just be like, fuck you, fuck that wish.
Yeah.
That's what you tell him?
Yeah.
You don't want to see nobody see nothing.
Nah, I would fuck my whole life, yo. Fuck my whole life because I couldn't go like I'd be stuck there.
No. You come back. You come back.
Well, if it's a genie and I could come back, like I'd be down to go and see, but I'd be so terrified of ruining my present. Like that's really what I'm scared of. I love my life, bro. Like I love life, and life is just chaotic enough that like I can manage it. Okay, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And any time before today was more chaotic than today's. You know what I mean? Like any time before today, I was still trying to figure out how to get to today. You know what I mean? And so if I go back, I don't want to have to figure out how to get to today again. You know what I mean? Because I've set my life up in such a way that like I like my life. I like my wife. I like, you know, I got my shit set up. I know how to create the things that I want to create. I'm not like there was a time before I knew how to set all of this shit up, you know, get lights. I knew there was a time before I knew how to use a camera. Remember when I first bought a camera like weeks after we met.
Yeah, your shots were so whack.
Yeah, terrible, man, yo. I couldn't shoot that
photography. A shot that? Like what? What is that?
Put a question mark on the end of that
shit. Boo photography. No, just playing, but you know, I remember that, man. I mean,
yeah, man. So I don't really have too much nostalgia for the past. Like I think about it, like man, if I like that's so like I think about it in terms of regret, but yeah, that's the thing. It's all just negative.
I think about cool stuff that I just would want to see in person. You know, just like cool events that I want to slide up on and be like,
I would want to see it. Okay, so here's the thing. I wouldn't want to be back in the past. I would love to have a monitor. If we created a system where we could just go back and like see things that happened in the future and just watch like a window, and I don't have to be influencing the past in any way, then I'm game.
What would you watch?
I would watch I would watch everything. I would watch anything there was to watch, but I would especially want to watch the beginning of time, bro.
I definitely want to watch the Big Bang or whatever the Big Bang is. I want to watch that. I want to watch Noah's trip. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
I want to like be there on the day that the dinosaurs died, just like
yeah.
That. And like then I want to go to that meeting where they decided what went in the Bible and what didn't, and just like sitting there like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but then there's subtitles, so they can tell you what's.
Yeah, right.
You know, you gotta have subtitles for the different languages.
Oh my God, yeah. Man, great people. I want to see. There's this particular like woman that was like a queen, basically Queen Amina. Queen Amina in Africa, she was like she didn't want to be a slave, and the men had started to get captured and taken to the boat, and so she defended her community, her tribe, and many of them got away, and she did not get captured, and kept her tribe alive, and kept a lot of her people safe, and she was a queen. And I would just want to like see what was up with her, you know? Yeah. Just like I watch her life like a soap opera.
Yeah, there's lots of people that I felt like that in, especially doing history plays at Dallas Theater Center. Like pretty much any history play I've done, I'm like, man, it would be cool to just watch this shit actually take place, especially knowing this dialogue, like see how close the dialogue was to what we've written.
Yeah,
you know. So that's in that sense, I definitely would want to go back to the past, but definitely like I just have a fear of changing my life in a way that's gonna send me off to do something that I don't want to do. Man.
Cheers to that, man. Cheers to that. Cheers to being happy about your present and your future, despite anything that could be going on, man. Cheers to the people who are like waking up with a good routine and like
smiling and working out and like living their best lives and FaceTiming with their loved ones and like sheltering in place, but still just like finding the joy in it, man. For real.
That's what you gotta do, man.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, man. That's what life is about. Otherwise, you're like, you're here. You're gonna die. Like your life is. You're gonna die. And wouldn't you rather die on your terms?
Facts. So I should probably head out. We should probably get out of here because I gotta get home.
Word. Yeah. This has been real though. It's been
real.
dope. This has been cool. It's like this is our first time being in the same space.
It's episode 5.
Episode 5, man.
It's 5.
5, yo. And we already like look at how far we've come. Oh how we grow.
Oh, how we grow, man.
Word. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been so awesome having y'all here, man. And
I hope y'all listen to the song.
Check it out. We just dropped a new single, Orangutan. Go check it out. Look it up. Go to my Instagram at @ashotdad right there. Go to @ashotdad. Click the link in my bio. You can find us. Orangutan. Let us know what you think, baby. We out.